AMD's Ryzen X3D CPUs have been ruling the gaming charts for almost 3 years. Ever since the Ryzen 7 5800 X3D came out in 2022, AMD's 3D V-Cache propelled its chips to gaming supremacy, and nothing that Intel has put out since then has been able to turn the tables. The latest Ryzen 7 9800 X3D turned out to be a whopping 30% faster on average than the Core Ultra 9 285K. While there's no contest between AMD's X3D chips and anything else on the market, they're not perfect for everyone. Unless you have a pretty high-end graphics card, have the cash for these pricey X3D chips, and only care about gaming performance, there are probably better options out there. What's up, guys? Charles here. A lot of viewers on my channel watch the videos, but many haven't subscribed yet. I believe this might be because I'm currently using an AI voiceover, which could be impacting engagement. However, I'm planning to record voiceovers myself in future videos to enhance the experience. If you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing to stay updated with all the latest gaming content. Perhaps the simplest reason not to go for a high-end gaming CPU is that it isn't worth the expense. After all, shelling out $479 for a Ryzen 7 9800 X3D, or around $350, if you're lucky, for a Ryzen 7 7800 X3D isn't an easy decision. Most gamers aren't rocking no-holds-barred gaming rigs with an RTX 4090 or RTX 4080, making a 350-plus gaming chip a tough sell. The best gaming CPU is often the one that offers enough performance at a reasonable price. And if you want to buy best gaming CPUs, you can check pinned comment. This is inevitably a Ryzen 5 7600 for the majority of gamers who have a mid-range graphics card on their PCs. The sub-$200 chip can even handle an RTX 4080, barely sacrificing any performance. When you're able to get triple-digit FPS at 1080p on, say, an RTX 4070 Ti Super with a budget CPU, the performance gains from moving to a 450-plus chip aren't worth the premium. You're not going to feel a huge difference going from 130 frames per second to 180 frames per second. If you're even considering a Zen 4 or Zen 5 X3D CPU, you're probably gaming at 4K, not 1080p. At that point, the FPS differential between a Ryzen 5 7600 and Ryzen 7 9800 X3D shrinks to almost nothing. Even if you consider that more people are playing at 1440p compared to 4K, the GPUs on such systems will be unable to extract the most out of a modern X3D CPU. AMD's X3D chips are certainly incredible products, but they're targeted towards the few high-end shoppers who want nothing but the best. The rest of us should ideally target a 6-core or 8-core non-X3D CPU for our mid-range gaming rigs. The more pertinent problem with the Ryzen X3D CPUs right now is the availability. Ever since the 9800 X3D came out, it has been near impossible to find it in stock anywhere. The supply was insufficient to meet the demand for the fastest gaming CPU in the world. If you want to build a gaming PC right away and don't want to pay scalper prices, you can consider the Ryzen 7 7700, Ryzen 5 7600, or Core i5 14600K. If those chips don't sound as appealing, you'll have to wait for the X3D situation to resolve itself. AMD never markets its X3D CPUs as anything other than pure gaming CPUs that also have decent multi-core performance, especially the Zen 5 parts. Not everyone, however, keeps up with tech news, reviews, and all the marketing around us. It's certainly possible for some consumers to purchase, say, a 9800 X3D for over $500 and expect it to perform as well in productivity workloads as it does in gaming. And that's a recipe for disappointment. If Adobe Photoshop and Premiere Pro are the only programs you run outside of gaming, then the 9800 X3D will prove to be a fantastic value. However, in every other multi-core workload, it performs way slower than the cheaper Ryzen 9 7950X and Core i9 14900K. For the uninformed consumer, it's reasonable to assume that a high-end CPU will deliver high-end performance, no matter what you throw at it. When that doesn't happen, you'll probably consider returning it for something else. That's it for today's video. Do consider subscribing for all the latest content on gaming, and as always, I'll see you at the next one. Peace out.